fanboy if you want. Have a go at me. I don't care. This was awesome. I know people found Clash of Champions with a very shitty card, but you know what? I enjoyed myself. I have a few issues with a few things, but overall, I had fun. I'm going to tell you guys with an honest, straight face. Someone tried to make a bet with me. I'm not saying who, but someone tried to make a bet with me. I was going for AJ Styles. Somebody made a bet with me saying, alright, if Jinder Mahal wins, then you have to go out and play Jinder Mahal's theme at the start of your video. And I said, okay, well, if AJ Styles wins, I'm going to play AJ Styles' theme at the start of my video of Clash of Champions. And he said, fine. I am not telling you who this person was, because I am basically saying this because someone made a bet with me. It was on the internet. One of those Jinder Mahal idiots. Because I am grateful that AJ Styles won. Because SmackDown Live is the place that AJ Styles built. Jinder Mahal, you can now become the Yesterday Maharaja! Yes. The Yesterday Maharaja! Tapping out like a drunk man to the calf crusher. That was funny. That was funny. Him tapping out like a drunk man. Like tapping out like a freaking drunk man. Jesus. Anyway, let's go over the show. I was actually asleep most of Clash of Champions, but I'd like to thank a friend of mine who sent me the link to Clash of Champions. Well, actually, I missed 3 matches. I came into it in the Charlotte Flair-NATALYA match. But I'm in shock, man. I'm in shock. The pre-show was Mojo Rawley. He defeated Zack Ryder. That one was kind of obvious. That was kind of obvious that Mojo Rawley was going to win that. But I am more confused. I am more confused with this outcome. Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is now the new United States Champion. Why? What has he done to deserve the United States Championship? What? And I was, and by the way, if you guys have not seen my Clash of Champions match stipulations on my WWE 2K18, and on that prediction, Dolph Ziggler won on that match stipulation I did. Dolph Ziggler won, and I was thinking, okay, then this could be an omen. This could be an omen that he will probably not win. And I'm in shock. I'm in shock that Ziggler actually did win the match. He legit won the match. And then when my friend, because I was asleep through the first 2 matches, and I was trying to message my friend on my phone, who wouldn't reply to me. I was constantly sending him messages to ask him, "Are you watching Clash of Champions?" He didn't message me until after the 3rd match, and then I asked him, "Please send me a stream to the pay-per-view so I can watch it." Now, my friend told me that Ziggler beat Bobby Roode, but according to Wikipedia, it says here that Corbin went for end of days on Roode, Ziggler hit a zigzag on Corbin. So, Ziggler pretty much pinned Baron Corbin. Now, I'm okay with Baron Corbin being pinned, because then this protects Bobby Roode. This protects Bobby Roode, obviously. But it doesn't make sense for Dolph Ziggler to win. It doesn't. What has this guy done? What has this guy done to truly deserve the United States Championship? The only reason why Dolph Ziggler is the United States Champion is because this was WWE's way on trying not to get rid of Dolph Ziggler. Because they're like, "Here you go, Dolph. Here you go. We're pushing you. We're pushing you. Here, we'll give you the United States Championship. Stay with the WWE, Dolph. Stay with the WWE. We'll put the United States title on you." That's why he's US champ. WWE don't want to lose him. WWE don't want Ziggler going out to the independent market, so they're like, "Oh, here you go. We'll give you the United States title. Here you go. We'll add another accomplishment to your list." What the hell? So, Dolph Ziggler being US champion is more important than the glorious Bobby Roode, right? So Ziggler being champion is more important than Bobby Roode. Hopefully this leads to Bobby Roode eventually winning the United States title. I don't want Ziggler champion as a full-time champ. What the hell is this? Baron Corbin was actually a pretty decent US champ. Sure his title reign was a bit lackluster, but even I'll admit Baron Corbin's reign was actually not all that bad. I would have been okay with Corbin retaining his title. And everybody was predicting Dolph Ziggler is doing a Ty Dillinger and taking the pin, where Ty Dillinger was a part of that Hell in a Cell triple threat. No, Dolph Ziggler wasn't there to do a Ty Dillinger. He was there to actually win the bloody thing. What the hell is this? This really confused me. Because I was thinking this is the end of Dolph Ziggler. Like, his contract's running out, and obviously he's going to lose. So of course I didn't have any thought that Ziggler was going to win. But Ziggler won. Dolph Ziggler is now a 2-time United States champion. Hopefully this leads to Bobby Roode winning the United States Championship. We got another predictable outcome here. We got the Usos beating New Day, Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, and Rusev and Aiden English. Why? I understand the Usos are the best tag team. Please don't get pissy at me for thinking this. I know, Usos are great at what they're doing. But honestly, I am really starting to get tired of seeing them as champions. Sure, their heel turn was a success. Sure, their time at the top was great. Sure, they've had great matches with the New Day. But seriously though, the Usos have had their time. The Usos have had their time. It's time for Gable and Jordan. Time for Gable and... I keep saying Gable and Jordan. Gable and Benjamin or Rusev Day. Those are new tag teams. Who are you potentially having the Usos lose the titles to? Are you having them hold the titles until Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn hold the tag team titles? I mean, really, I do not understand it. I do not understand it why the Usos are still tag team champions. their time should be up. And don't think I don't like the Usos. I'm not big on the Usos. But I'm just trying to say, I think their time as champions should potentially be up by now. They've had their time as champions. They've had their time as the roles. And also, before I go ahead and... Sorry about that. Sorry about that. My mum knocked on the door. Where was I? Where was I? Oh, I was basically saying, you know, before I move on, I remember. Before I move on, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who are facing heels. According to the Tribute to the Troop show, the Usos teamed with New Day, and then you had Gable and Benjamin teaming with Rusev Day. So, are the Usos face, or are they heel? Are Gable and Benjamin face, or are they heel? That's another thing that's really confused me. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who are facing heels anymore with these tag teams, because they always seem to flip-flop them all around, and they always eventually break up tag teams in the end anyway. So the Usos... So the Usos are still tag team champions. Great. The Uso Penitentiary is still going on SmackDown Live. I'm guessing they're probably saving it for Owens and Zayn. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Charlotte Flair and Natalya. Now this was this match was pretty weird in a sense. But there was one thing that happened at the end, which I want to bring to your attention. But before I do that, I swear, I'm not trying to be a hypocritical here, but I just really hate the commentary between Byron Saxton and Corey Graves. I do. I hate it. It's just, it's so forced and so annoying. Because Charlotte threw, like, Natalya out of the ring, right? Here's an example. Here's an example. Charlotte threw Natalya out of the ring, and then Naomi decides to kick and hit Natalya a bit, and then just throws her back in the ring, and then Corey Graves says, "Hey, she can't do that. That's not what a lumberjack is meant to do." And then then a few minutes later, Natalya throws Charlotte out of the ring, and the next thing, everybody else is attacking Charlotte, and then you get Corey Graves saying, "Oh yes, this is exactly what lumberjacks are meant to do. This is great. This is perfect planning." Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are these commentators friggin' dumb? Corey Graves came off like a friggin' hypocrite. He came off like a bloody hypocrite, and Byron Saxton's the one complaining. And then you got Byron Saxton the one that's complaining. Because Charlotte's the face, and Natalya's the heel. What the? Why? Why are you making the commentators sound so bloody stupid? You got Corey Graves complaining that Naomi kicks Natalya, and then you got Corey Graves loving the fact that everybody else is attacking Charlotte. And he's saying, these are what lumberjacks are meant to do. But then when it's Naomi doing it to Natalya, he says, this is not what a lumberjack is meant to do. They're supposed to get your opponent back in the ring. But when it's Charlotte on the outside, getting beaten up by Carmella, Lana, Tamina, and the Riot Squad, he's saying this is what lumberjacks are meant to do. This is a great plan by Natalya. What the hell? The commentary really pissed me off in this match. The commentary just pissed me the heck off in this match. I feel bad for Tom Phillips. Tom Phillips, he had no interaction between this whatsoever. He really didn't care. He was calling the match. He was the lead commentator. He was calling the match. While Saxton and Graves are both complaining and arguing with each other on the outside, Corey Graves being a complete hypocrite. What the heck? This is just ridiculous. And it continued onwards with when Randy Orton, Shinsuke, and Owens and Zayn were on. Seriously, the whole commentary thing just really got on my nerves, especially in this match. Charlotte eventually got the win. Figure 8 to Natalya. Natalya tapped. And at the end, Natalya was in the ring crying. And then she started ranting to the WWE Universe saying that Charlotte always wins because of her family name. Before I continue on, I'm going to say Natalya. But first off, before I continue on, Natalya, you are related to Bret Hart. You're related to Bret Hart. Don't forget that. You have the same music that Bret Hart uses. Besides the start of the music is Bret Hart's, but it's still technically the Hart music. You're using the Hart music. Does Charlotte come out to a theme song that goes, woo! And then it goes, and she takes a long stroll? No, of course not. Sure, her music may sound like Ric Flair's, but it's different. I'm obviously not getting my point across here, because everybody will be thinking, oh, it's still the same thing. Whatever. Then Natalya says, I've been carrying this company for 10 years, and everybody's been showing me complete disrespect. And then Natalya said, well, since you people turned your back on me, I'm turning my back on you. And then she leaves the ring, and she's crying. Okay, so what does this mean? Is Natalya quitting WWE? Is she done with WWE? Is she finished? Is she retiring? What's going on here? What's happening with Natalya here? My first thought is that Natalya is obviously they're planning on moving Natalya over to Raw, maybe. Maybe they're planning on moving her over to Monday Night Raw. Is this their way on saying, Natalya, we're retiring you now? Is Natalya retiring? I don't know what the hell's going on. But Natalya loses, and then Natalya rants and leaves and says that she's done with the WWE Universe. She's turning their backs on them. I honestly do not know. I very doubt Natalya's quitting. I could potentially just see them keeping her off, probably off. Maybe she's just taking a break. Maybe she's taking a break or something, and then they're going to bring her back on TV a few months after. I don't know, but... Shut up. I don't care. No, don't worry, guys. My phone just went off, so... We had the Bludgeon Brothers squash Breezango, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze in about 1 minute and 55 seconds, almost 2 minutes. Fandango and Tyler Breeze actually did mount some offense on Bludgeon Brothers, but then in the end, the Bludgeon Brothers just completely destroyed. Completely destroyed Breezango. Then they cutted a promo, and on the promo, they cut a promo saying it was the end of the beginning and the beginning of the end. Harper, Rowan, Bludgeon Brothers. I really do like the Bludgeon Brothers. I'm not gonna lie. Their tandem is really good. I like their new ring gear. And honestly, I wish this happened on my 2K18 match predictions. I'm not gonna lie. If you people have seen my 2K18 match stipulations, it really proves to you how silly a game can be sometimes. But yes, Fandango and Tyler Breeze get squashed in 1 minute and 55 seconds. Corey Graves and Byron Saxton arguing part 2 is coming up here. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura, with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan as special guests referees. Let's listen to Graves and Saxton complain and argue even more. Seriously, I like Corey Graves, but the way they argue, it just sounds so freaking forced. It sounds so freaking forced when they're complaining and arguing with each other. Sure, they did it on Raw, but on Raw it was actually funny. On Raw it was funny. every time Bayley would come out, he'd get all excited, and then Corey Graves would just tell him to shut up. Seriously, on Raw, it was better. On Raw, Graves and Saxton's arguing on Raw was a lot better than the one they're doing on SmackDown. It sounds so freaking forced. This is why when JBL quit being the SmackDown Live commentator, I really wish they brought in Nigel McGuinness. That's why I really wish they brought in Nigel McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness would have been perfect for the SmackDown Live commentary team. Throughout the match, Shane and Bryan had a few little were confronting one another, talking to one another with some of the certain situations, and then Kevin Owens, and then eventually, when the match broke out, Kevin Owens did a frog splash on Shinsuke Nakamura. No, I'm not pronouncing it like the Americans, guys, before you get pissed at me. Shinsuke Nakamura. Kevin Owens did a frog splash on Nakamura, taking him out of the match. Now, I liked this because this was a good way to protect Nakamura. So for all the people complaining that Nakamura took that pin on SmackDown Live, there you go. You can be quiet now. You don't have to complain. You don't have to worry about Nakamura taking another pin. So eventually, Randy Orton did an RKO on Sami Zayn, I believe it was. Yeah, I believe it was Sami Zayn. Shane McMahon went into the pin, and then Kevin Owens would shove Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan would fall on top of Shane McMahon as when the 2 count came. And then Shane McMahon turned around and he saw Daniel Bryan next to him, and then Shane McMahon starts yelling at him, and Daniel Bryan's like this, with his eyes closed like this, because he's thinking, oh shit, what have I just done? And then Shane McMahon's just yelling at Daniel Bryan, and then Randy Orton, I believe he tried an RKO again, or Sami Zayn went for a small package. Shane counted 1, 2, flipped over again, 1, 2, flipped over again, 1, 2, flipped over again, 1, 2, then the kick out from both referees, and then Sami Zayn did a roll up on Orton. Then Shane McMahon went 1, 2, and then immediately stopped afterwards, right in front of Daniel Bryan. And then Sami Zayn was all angry, was all shocked that Shane McMahon was trying to screw him again. And Daniel Bryan and Shane had a little argument again. And then Sami Zayn did another roll up on Randy Orton, but then Daniel Bryan went 1, 2, 3 really quick. And Shane McMahon tried to stop Daniel Bryan from counting the 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win via roll-up due to Daniel Bryan counting the pinfall. Now, I don't know what's going on here. This was a very interesting and also very confusing. The match itself was really good. I really enjoyed the match. And yes, by the way, guys, I did know Owens and Zayn was going to win the match. I always knew they were going to win. If you throw a stipulation on somebody, because this is the most stupidest thing that WWE and the professional wrestling always do. They always try to build tension. You know, when they throw a stipulation on, they're like, oh, we're going to throw a stipulation on. Now people are going to think, oh, yes, the bad guys are finally going to get what they deserve. But no. It happens all the time, guys. It even happened with Ziggler. Ziggler put his career on the line last year against The Miz, and Ziggler ended up winning. Remember that, guys. Whenever you throw a stipulation that if someone loses, they retire, or if someone loses, they're fired, you know that person who put that stipulation on is going to win. So Owens and Zayn was always going to win this match. I knew heading in Owens and Zayn were going to win, but I wanted to know how, though. That's what I wanted to know. How. So there you go. Owens and Zayn win, and I'm really looking forward to SmackDown Live on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, to see what's going to happen in the future. And what is Shane McMahon going to do about Daniel Bryan? The SmackDown Live Savior, AJ Styles, versus the yesterday Mahal Raja. Now, a few moments, I believe this happened. I believe there was a backstage interview after Charlotte's match. The interviewer asked the Singh brothers, "Can we speak to Jinder Mahal?" And they say, "No, you cannot talk with Jinder Mahal." Now keep an eye on this, guys. Keep an eye on this. The Singh brothers say that Jinder Mahal is so confident in his abilities that he doesn't need the Singh brothers. Keep that in mind. Didn't need Singh brothers. Jinder Mahal's music hits. Out come the Singh brothers with Jinder Mahal. And I even made a prediction during the match. I said, what's the bet the Singh brothers get involved? Jinder Mahal dominated throughout most of the match, which, of course, was expected. So then the Singh brothers did eventually get involved. When did they get involved? I think it was right after AJ Styles did a springboard 450 splash on Jinder Mahal. And then the Singh brothers tried to grab Jinder and pull him out of the ring. But then AJ Styles grabs Jinder Mahal by the arms and to keep him in the ring. And then then he dies out of the ring. He does a phenomenal forearm on one of the Singh brothers on the floor. But then he gets the other Singh brother and Styles clashes him. But when this happened, I had a friggin' panic. I was in a friggin' panic. I was like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Don't do what you've always done in the past. Please do not have it happen. Don't have the same thing happen. But then I thought my friggin' life was flashing before my eyes. Jinder Mahal does the bloody collapse. I thought my friggin' future was flashing before my eyes for a second there, seeing history repeat itself. And thank God AJ Styles kicked out. I was so glad AJ Styles kicked out. Then he eventually got the calf crusher on the master with the man with the steroids, Jinder Mahal. And in the end, Jinder Mahal tapped like a drunk man in the end, and AJ Styles retained his WWE Championship. Thank you, WWE. You finally did the right thing. WWE has finally learned their lesson. Jinder Mahal is an F-A-I-L-U-R-E failure. That's what Jinder Mahal is. A failure. And I'm glad about that. Finally, Vince McMahon has finally used his freaking brain. Now, hopefully, this is the end of the Mahal Raja being forced down our throats, and he goes into the mid-card where he belongs. He can go into the mid-card where he belongs. The mid-card is where Jinder Mahal belongs. Or even a tag team with somebody. You can even have him in a tag team with somebody. But of course, there's not many Indians left, so you can't really, pair him up with somebody. So just keep him in the mid-card, having him win the United States title. That is more better for Jinder Mahal, by the way. The United States title is more better for the yesterday Mahal Raja. He's in a piece. So that is your Clash of Champions review, ladies and gentlemen. What are my thoughts on the show? Well, I had a few complaints about a few things. Dolph Ziggler winning confused me. The Usos, staying champions really annoyed me. Well, I shouldn't say annoyed me too much, but it is what it is. I will give this show a 7 out of 10. I'll give this show a 7 out of 10. I really did enjoy the pay-per-view. But of course, people like JD and all those other people, they'll find something to rant about. They'll find something to make an excuse about. And also, by the way, well, actually, I'm not going to bother talking about it on my video because then that guy will probably come back. But yes, that's your video. That has been your Clash of Champions review. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hit that like button. Comment down below what are your thoughts on Clash of Champions. And also make sure the comments are nice, not negative. The reason why I'm adding that line in is because I had some smart ass come in my comment section. So anyway, comment down below your thoughts of Clash of Champions and make sure it's positive and nice on my channel. I don't tolerate bullshit. And also hit the bell to let you know that I'm uploading a video. And also subscribe if you are new. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all for my Monday Night Raw review. Goodbye, everybody.